first step is to remove the tyre valve. This deflates the tyre quickly and will also make seating the bead easier later on. Using the tool to break the bead is really easy. The next bit is far more hassle. Just flipping the bead over the top of the duck head makes it feel like you're going to break something, but the duck head is more durable than it seems. Once that's done, trying to work the duck head around the rim is also a nightmare. It would be a lot easier if the tool was bolted to the floor, but I just use my legs to give myself some leverage. You'll notice on the tyre there will be a dot which marks the lightest point. If you align that with your tyre valve, you've got your lightest part of the tyre aligned with the heaviest part of the rim. Apparently it's easier to seat the bead with the tyre valve out. Before I got the new tyre balanced, I needed to remove the old wheel weights, so I used a plastic pry tool that I've got to make sure that I didn't damage the rim. Once on the balance stand, I span the tyre to find the lightest point. Luckily it turned out I didn't need much added weight to the rear tyre. I just used one wheel weight in the end, and it was pretty close to balance once I mounted on the rim. Annoyingly, the spindle in this kit is only suitable for my rear tyre, and I didn't know this when I ordered. So I actually needed the thinner spindle in order to mount my front tyre with it as well. So I had to do the front tyre in a more manual way, which was a massive pain in the arse. This whole process was exhausting from start to finish, but I'm really glad I learned how to do it. So I'm hoping with this video you'll pick up some tips on things that you might want to do and things you might want to avoid doing.
6 hours later.
I thought I'd try something else that I saw online where you find the lightest point of the rim on the stand and then mount the tyre to that. I saw someone on YouTube gave this tip for using zip ties to get your tyre onto the rim. I don't know if they had some kind of magical setup, but for me it just wasn't working. Maybe if I'd actually used some soapy water or something, I would have found it easier to slip the tyre on, but at this point I was pretty knackered with it anyway, and I could only get the tyre about 3/4 of the way onto the rim. So I gave up on that idea and resorted to using clamps instead, which actually worked fairly well whilst flipping the bead over the rim using tire irons and some 3D printed rim protectors that I printed out. I would probably recommend you make these out of something more resistant than PLA, because mine ended up cracking and breaking, but they kind of helped me to get the job done. So either buy yourself some proper rim protectors or maybe print them in ABS or something stronger. And maybe I'll put a link to the file in this video just so you can find it if it's any use to you. I hope you found that video helpful. As always, if you've got any questions you can leave comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. I tried to include all the fiascos I experienced in this process because a lot of videos online make things look very easy when it comes to changing tyres, and even with what I thought were the best tools for the job, it was an absolute pain in my arse. But I've definitely learnt some things that I think will make it easier next time round. I definitely think I could have used more soapy water and some drop centre tools would have been good, which I now have, so I'm hoping my next tyre change is going to be less of an arse ache than this one was. As always, I'm the Bike Noob. Give me a shout if you need any help, and I'll catch you